Kitchen on the road this week. We are downtown in Youngstown at Bistro 1907. Mark Canzonetta and his good friend
Sally the Salmon.
Sally the Salmon, who I feel a little bit bad about today, but we're doing some culinary tips today.
I think it is a great time to start introducing some culinary tips. You know, share some of the knowledge I have in my head and pass it on to those amateur cooks at home, some professional cooks at home.
I'll be honest,
enthusiasts.
I know nothing about this other than there's a giant, I don't even know what kind of fish this is.
Well, this is a salmon that comes off the northernmost tip of Scotland, Faroe Island. So this is a wild-caught salmon.
Which means?
That means, you know, it was actually caught in the wild. This was caught, you know, this was caught in nets. You know, some are hook caught, some are farmed raised, you know. And, you know, with fish, I like to go with either line caught or wild caught because the flavor's better. The fish is in its natural environment, swimming, going through the areas that it goes through, eating the fish and other things that are in that area of the country or world that it's in. So it has the minerality of the area, it has the flavor of that area. Whereas, you know, when you have farm raised, you know, they're grown in ponds or they're grown in areas in the ocean where they sprinkle food over them, and sometimes the food is color, which gives the fish the color.
Okay.
You know, and plus they're grown it exponentially. You know, and we don't want that. We want them to be natural.
How does it get from the northern tip of Scotland to downtown Youngstown?
Well, you know, it's a very quick practice. It's a very, you know, complicated practice. You know, you have to catch the fish. You have to bring it onto the boat, ice it very well. You know, you have to ice down that fish. You want to make sure it doesn't start to decay whatsoever. So a lot of steps are needed to maintain that freshness and the quality of the fish. It's then brought to the docks, packed in containers, and then air shipped across the ocean to the United States or wherever it's going, very, very quickly.
Are you happy with this one? How big is this fish?
This is about an 8.5 to 10 pound salmon from Faroe Island, and I'm very, very happy with it. It came in from one of our vendors just yesterday morning, so they probably received it Sunday, which is fantastic turnaround time, you know. But there's some things we need to check when we're going to pick out fresh fish.
This is what you would do, and if I went to the store to get a fresh fish, these are things I should look for.
Exactly, especially if you're buying a whole fish for a celebration or a party. Typically when you go to your local grocer, you don't see whole fish of this size. You just usually see a fillet or a steak. So what we want to do is, you know, a couple things. We want to really hone in on the appearance of the fish. The fish should look like it just came out of the water.
Okay, so we're starting on the head part,
We're starting on the head. So the first thing you want to do is check the clarity of the eyes. You want to make sure the eyes are clear and not cloudy, firm and not sunken in. If they're sunken in and hollowed out, that means the fish has been sitting around, starting to dehydrate, starting to decay. You like that?
I can touch the eye. You
can touch the eye.
But if it doesn't go in, if it doesn't sink in, that's a good sign.
I think we're a good sign. The next thing you want to do is check the gills. You want to make sure, because that's how the fish lives. You know, they swim, they aerate through their gills. That's how they get oxygenized. So you want to make sure they're clean smelling fresh like the ocean. Are we in good shape?
Clean smell. I mean, I don't smell the fish.
And you shouldn't, you know. You really shouldn't smell fish. You should smell the ocean when you're picking out fish, or the lake that it came from. Very clean, very pleasant aroma, okay?
Is this how they come super smooth like this?
Well, this one was scaled for us.
So they take the scales off.
Which I'm very happy for, because fish scales go all over your kitchen. You know, it's kind of like when you refinish your hardwood floors, that dust never goes away. Fish scales never go away. So the next thing you want to do, it's very important, go ahead and touch that fish. Do you see when Mike is touching the fish, it immediately springs back?
Comes back up.
So that means that it's fresh, it was well maintained, the flesh isn't damaged underneath. So yeah, it pops right back.
So that's a good sign.
So if it stayed indented, that means that it's been decaying, it's sat around for a while. You're also going to notice the smell right away if it does that. So you want to kind of stay away from those fish.
How long from when I bring this home from the store to when I got to cook it and when I got to eat it, or is there a process where I can keep it for a little bit? Well, first off, you want to make sure it's gutted. Just like if you're hunting and you're in the nature and you're a sportsman and you happen to take down a deer, you want to gut it immediately. Because that starts the decay process quickly. So you want to make sure it's gutted. Sometimes you want to pack that body cavity with ice. You know, you want to store it in ice on a drain pan so it drips down through, so it's not sitting in water that can get murky. So from that time, then you cut the fillets off. 3 to 4 days after that, as long as it's well maintained in a refrigerated area, you're going to have good fish for about 3 or 4 days. Are we going to cut the fillets off?
We are going to cut the fillets off this.
We're going to show you how to do that after this break, and I'm guessing it's this part of the fish, not the lower part?
We are going to cut from the gills all the way back along the backbone.
Okay, you won't want to miss this. Wake the kids, everyone. Be right back. All right, we are back, and now Sally the salmon is going to get the business end of this knife.
Yes.
So you're going to show me what to do.
And, having a great knife is one of the most important things about doing anything in the kitchen, because even if you would happen to get cut, you're getting cut with a nice, clean edge versus a jagged edge from a dull knife. Heals quicker. The doctor can take care of it quicker. Or you can use what I do. I'm a super glue guy. I just super glue up the cut and go back to work. Okay, so we're going to have a great sharp knife. We're going to pull back that. We're going to come in right behind that. We're going to go right behind the head on the gills, and then we're going to turn the knife about 90 degrees. And we're going to follow the natural course of the backbone all the way down the fillet.
Are there bones in there?
Oh, you're hearing me cut through them.
Yes, I am, actually. Let me get close.
Okay, and we're going to go right down through until it's done. And then, Mike, we're going to pull this off, and we have that wonderfully filleted fish right here. And that's the one side of the fillet. We're going to clean that up a little bit, take care of some of those bones. But as you can see, we didn't leave much here. Now, if you wanted to totally utilize this, you can scrape away some of this flesh, and you could use that as a salmon taco, salmon sashimi, or anything you wanted to do with that, because that's all great usable flesh, and it's delicious. It's fresh, it's clean, it's beautiful. As you can see, this is a really great, healthy fish, and I can't wait to serve it to our guests.
How about that? So salmon, always on the menu here.
Always on the menu.
And it's especially a Lenten thing. A lot of people
especially during Lent. Yeah, we have a lot of fish during Lent. We offer a lot of fish to begin with. We love fish down here at Bistro 1907, and this is the fish we serve every day. Faroe Island salmon from Scotland.
Thanks for the culinary tip. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated by fresh fish. You can do it, right, Mark?
Absolutely, you can do it.
Check them out, Bistro 1907, right here in downtown Youngstown.